Now, I would like to invite Mr. Chandrakant Salunke, sir, founder and president of SME Chamber of India and MEDA, for his welcome address. Everyone, please put your hands together for Mr. Salunke.
गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स, गुड मॉर्निंग। एंटरप्रेन्योर्स की आवाज़ आनी चाहिए, नहीं तो फिर कैसे चलेगा। हमारे लोकप्रिय उद्योग मंत्री जी श्री उदय सामंत जी, अदर डिग्निटरीज ऑन द डायस, डॉक्टर GM Warke, Badresh Pathak ji, Sudesh Vaidya, all entrepreneurs and award winners, friends and friends from media. It's my immense pleasure to welcome Sri Uday Samanji, Honorable Minister of Industries and Marathi Bhasha at this important program. आपलं या कार्यक्रमात स्वागत करतो. मराठी भाषा आहे, मतलब मराठीत बोलणं आवश्यक आहे आणि मराठी भाषिकांसाठी 1989 सालापासून मोठ्या प्रमाणात काम केलं. मग मराठी उद्योजकांना एकत्र करणे हा मोठा आमचा सहभाग होता. So friends, today we are celebrating 32nd of Foundation Day of the SME Chamber of India and 20th year of Maharashtra Industries Development Association. And I'm very happy that Honorable Minister is here today. I will not express my various issues and problems, but I will request him to take care of my entrepreneurs. I'm using word my entrepreneurs because Honorable Governor, day before yesterday when he was delivering speech at the Vidhan Sabha, he said my government. And you know, in that speech, more than 6 times the industrial zone, industrial development and industrial empowerment words are there, and particularly emphasizing that speech on industrial growth. So today's conference, Maharashtra Industries Development Association, Maharashtra SME Industries and SME Summit is focusing on that, which is sustainable industrial growth, not only for state, not only for you, but marching towards Viksit Bharat. Honorable Prime Minister has given us target that we have to reach Viksit Bharat 2047. And Maharashtra is going to play very important. And sir, your role will be most important because you are the key person of the industrial growth of the state. Even though state is encouraging FDI, but how much FDI is utilized for the industrial growth? How much is supporting for this SME sector for supply chain, and how this FDI is putting efforts for the industrialization tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Because Honorable Prime Minister has given another target that we have to enhance our industrialization in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. That is the most important. Another very interesting one, without bankers. Rajesh Malhotra is here today, Bank of Baroda CGM of SME department. Without bankers, SME will not grow. And without SME, India will not grow. So similarly, without SME, Maharashtra will not go, and without SME, without Maharashtra, India will not grow. So sir, I request you to emphasize on the issues and problems and grievances of the SME sector timely. Try to interact with the bankers every quarter with the MD and CEO. If you want, I will take initiative because I am a member of Monetary Policy Review Committee, and I pressurize the Honorable Governor of RBI on particularly for the enhancement of the credit flow towards MSME sector, and how the level playing field can be created for MSME sector, say particularly buying land in MIDC or setting up industry in the private land, labor employment generation or labor availability, and mostly the electricity charges is very much increasing. So sir, I welcome you on behalf of both the organization, and I request you inaugurate our today's conference at your auspicious hand and give us blessing to for particularly to take care of our industry and take empowerment of the MSME sector. Thank you very much.
And now the time comes when Mr. Salunke would be giving a bouquet to our Honorable Minister, Mr. Uday Samant. Everyone, please put your hands together for our Honorable Minister. Now I would like to invite our Honorable Minister for the inaugural address. Thank you.
व्यासपीठावर उपस्थित आदरणीय चंद्रकांतजी साळुंखे, सन्माननीय फाटकजी, वारकेजी, सुरेशजी वैद्य, सर्व सन्माननीय मान्यवर आणि उपस्थित उद्योजक बंधू आणि भगिनींनो, उद्योग विभागाचा मंत्री असतानाच मराठी भाषेचा विभाग देखील माझ्याकडे आहे. त्याच्यामुळं आणि कार्यक्रम महाराष्ट्रामध्ये आहे आणि सगळे व्यासपीठावर बसलेले मला असं वाटतं की सगळे मराठी आहेत. त्याच्यामुळे आज मला ह्या कार्यक्रमाला जे आपण बोलवले त्याबद्दल मी मनापासून आपल्याला धन्यवाद देतो आणि चंद्रकांतजी साळुंखेंना हा शब्द देतो की अधिवेशन चालू आहे. आज जास्त वेळ जरी मला थांबता आलं नसलं तरी पुढच्या आठवड्यामध्ये MSMEच्या बाबतीमध्ये तुमच्या ज्या काही अपेक्षा आहेत त्याच्या संदर्भामध्ये नक्की आपण बैठकीचं आयोजन करू आणि जे काही चांगले निर्णय आपल्याला शासनामार्फत घेता येतील MSMEसाठी ते घेण्याचा 100% आपण प्रयत्न करू. हाच शब्द देण्यासाठी ह्या कार्यक्रमाला मी उपस्थित आहे. खरं तर उद्योग विभाग कशा पद्धतीनं काम करतो, MIDC आमची कशा पद्धतीनं काम करते, उद्योजकांना कशा पद्धतीच्या सोयीसुविधा आवश्यक आहेत, हे खरं तर गेल्या 3 वर्षामध्ये माझ्यासारख्या कार्यकर्त्यांनी समजून घेतलेलं आहे. मला आठवतं आमच्याकडे एक नागपूरला कार्यक्रम झाला होता ॲडव्हान्टेज विदर्भ म्हणून आणि तिथे सज्जन जिंदालांनी एक भाषण केलं होतं. मला असं वाटतं की ते भाषण माझ्या दृष्टीनं अतिशय महत्त्वाचं आहे. ते 1,00,000 कोटीचा स्टील बेस्ड प्रोजेक्ट गडचिरोलीमध्ये टाकतात आणि त्याच्या भाषणामध्ये ते असं म्हणाले की ही नुसती इंडस्ट्री मला माझ्यापुरती टाकायची नाही, तर याच्यामध्ये इकोसिस्टीम मला जनरेट करायची आहे. आता इकोसिस्टीम जनरेट करायची म्हणजे नक्की काय करायचं? त्यांनी सांगितलं की मी फक्त स्टील जे बनवणार आहे ते मोठं स्टील बनवणार आहे. त्या स्टीलमधनं तुम्हाला ज्या काही सळ्या बिळ्या छोटं काय अजून काय बनवायचं असेल ते तुम्ही बाकीच्या उद्योजकांनी बनवा आणि तुम्हाला आश्चर्य वाटेल की 5,000 एकर जागा आम्ही सज्जन जिंदालला त्यांच्या प्रोजेक्टसाठी दिली होती आणि त्यांच्या भाषणानंतर चंद्रपूर जिल्ह्यामध्ये अजून 5 एकर जागेची मागणी इकोसिस्टीम जनरेट करणाऱ्या इंडस्ट्रियलिस्टकडनं आमच्याकडे आली. आणि म्हणून मला असं वाटतं जे मोठे इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट आहे ह्यांनी लहान इंडस्ट्रियलिस्टला सांभाळायचा जर प्रयत्न केला तर आपली इंडस्ट्रियल ग्रोथ आहे त्याच्यापेक्षा वाढू शकते. तुमच्या ज्या काही रिक्वायरमेंट आहेत त्या आपण फुलफिल करू शकतो. परंतु हे सगळं करत असताना आमच्या सगळ्यांची मानसिकता ही सकारात्मक असणं आवश्यक आहे. आम्ही दावोसलामध्ये गेलो होतो, 15,70,000 कोटीचे आम्ही MOU केले. पण हे सगळे MOU केल्यानंतर मला साळुंखे साहेब तुम्हाला एक विनंती करायची आहे की हे सगळे मोठे प्रकल्प आहेत, पण या प्रकल्पातनं इकोसिस्टीम जी जनरेट होणार आहे ही इकोसिस्टीम जनरेट झाल्यानंतर त्याच्यामध्ये काम करणारा जो उद्योजक आहे हा आपण महाराष्ट्रातला जर बनवला तर खऱ्या अर्थानं 15,70,000 कोटीची इन्व्हेस्टमेंट आम्ही महाराष्ट्रामध्ये आणली हे सार्थक होईल. कारण सगळे FDI वाले आहेत, फार मोठ्या पद्धतीनं इन्व्हेस्टमेंट करतायत, पण त्याची इकोसिस्टीम जनरेट होणार आहे. स्मॉल स्केलमध्ये आपण जेव्हा काम करतो ते छोट्या छोट्या उद्योजकांना त्याच्यातनं काहीतरी मिळालं पाहिजे ही भूमिका आपण सगळ्यांनी घेतली पाहिजे. एक साधं उदाहरण मी देतो. माझ्याकडे एक कोका कोलाचा प्रोजेक्ट आला 3,500 कोटीचा 2 वर्षापूर्वी. आता त्याचं प्रॉडक्ट तयार होईल म्हणजे कोका कोला आता तुम्हाला रत्नागिरीमध्ये बनलेला प्यायला मिळेल, लोटे परशुरामला, अशा पद्धतीची ती एक इंडस्ट्री आहे. पण त्या इंडस्ट्रीतनं आम्हाला काय मिळालं तर त्या इंडस्ट्रीतनं आम्हाला त्याच्यामधले छोटे छोटे भाग बनवण्याचं जो काम आहे म्हणजे थोडक्यात त्यांचे टीन बनवण्याची कामं आहेत, त्यानंतर पॅकेजिंगचं वर्क आहे. अशा छोट्या छोट्या 5 कोटी 10 कोटी 15 कोटीच्या इंडस्ट्रीत तिथल्या रत्नागिरीतल्या लोकांनी टाकल्या आणि फार मोठी एक इकोसिस्टीम जनरेट झाली. दुसरा हुंदाईचा प्रकल्प आता मुंबईमध्ये येतो आहे. तर हुंदाईच्या प्रकल्पासाठी मी ज्यावेळी दक्षिण कोरियामध्ये गेलो होतो तिथल्या सगळ्या मॅनेजमेंटना आम्ही एक विनंती केली की तुम्ही येताना इकोसिस्टीम तुमची घेऊन या, पण ती 50% घेऊन या आणि 50% इकोसिस्टीम आमची पुण्यामधली तुम्ही जनरेट करा. पुण्यातल्या महाराष्ट्रातल्या उद्योजकांना आपण चांगल्या पद्धतीनं तयार करा. आणि मला सांगताना आनंद होतो की हुंदाईच्या मॅनेजमेंटनं हे स्वीकारलं आणि आता हुंदाई प्रकल्पाचं इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर सुरू असताना त्यांना इकोसिस्टीम काय पाहिजे ह्याचं ट्रेनिंग ते साऊथ कोरियामध्ये जाऊन आपल्या सगळ्या लोकांना देत आहेत आणि आपल्या महाराष्ट्रातल्या उद्योजकांना त्या सगळ्या प्रोसिजरमध्ये आणण्याचा प्रामाणिकपणाचा प्रयत्न करत आहेत. आपण जेव्हा MSMEवर बोलतो अनेक वेळा मी देखील भाषणातनं सांगितलं, अनेक लोकांनी भाषणातनं सांगितलेलं आहे की सगळ्यात जास्त MSME देशात कुठे आहेत तर आमच्या महाराष्ट्रामध्ये आहेत, असं आम्ही भाषणात सांगतो, अभिमानानं सांगतो. पण एक कुठंतरी सर्वे करणं गरजेचं आहे की आपल्याकडे जे 2,00,000 MSMEs आहेत असं आपण म्हणतो ते त्याच्यामधल्या बंद किती आहेत, त्याच्यामधल्या आजारी किती आहेत, त्याच्यामध्ये पूर्ण किती बंद पडलेले आहेत, ह्याचा देखील सर्वे साहेब साळुंखे साहेब आपण सर्वे केला पाहिजे. कारण एवढी शासनाची यंत्रणा कुठच्याही परिस्थितीमध्ये. कारण MSMEचा कॉन्सेप्ट तुम्हाला माहिती आहे कशा पद्धतीनं सुरू होतात, किती त्याची इन्व्हेस्टमेंट असते, कोण त्याच्यामध्ये सुरू करतो. गरीब मुलं देखील MSMEमध्ये सध्या आलेली आहेत. मग त्यांचा 50 लाखाचा उद्योग असेल, 5 कोटीचा असेल, 2 कोटीचा असेल. तर मला असं वाटतं की साळुंखे साहेब तुम्ही ह्याच्यामध्ये पुढाकार घ्यावा. आपण एक पाहिजे कमिटी निर्माण करू आणि नवीन MSMEना आपण प्राधान्य द्यायचंच आहे, त्यांना इन्सेंटिव्ह द्यायचं आहे, त्यांना जागा द्यायचं आहे. मी तर निर्णय घेतला आहे की आता जिथं MIDC स्थापन होईल त्यातली 20% जागा ही MSMEसाठी आम्ही राखून ठेवतो आणि त्यांना जिथं आपण ताकद देणार आहोत. पण असलेले प्रकल्प ज्याला आपण सिक युनिट म्हणतो ते कशा पद्धतीनं परत आपण सुरू करू शकतो, जे बंद पडलेले युवकांचे किंवा युवतींचे बिझनेस आहेत ते कशा पद्धतीनं आपण सुरू करू शकतो. आणि फक्त 2 लाख MSMEज महाराष्ट्रामध्ये आहेत हे सांगून उपयोगाचं नाही. तर त्याच्यामध्ये एक मुवमेंट आपण तयार केली पाहिजे की हे सगळेचे सगळे जे आहेत ते मला असं वाटतं की यांचा वयोगट फार म्हणजे 50ला किंवा 60ला नसणार आहे. काही अडचणी झाल्यामुळं काही MSME ह्या बंद पडले. त्याच्यामध्ये सुद्धा आपल्याला चांगल्या पद्धतीचा विचार करणं आवश्यक आहे आणि मला असं वाटतं की तो देखील विचार आपण सगळ्यांनी मिळून करावा. आणि एक मला साहेब साळुंखे साहेब तुम्हाला विनंती करायची की आपल्याला माहिती आहे की आता L&T आणि हे सगळी मिळून तुम्ही हा काम करताय. हे मोठ्या ज्या कंपन्या आहेत मग त्याच्यामध्ये L&T असेल, त्याच्यामध्ये शापूरजी पालमजी असेल, त्याच्यामध्ये सज्जन जिंदाल असतील, अंबानी असतील, अदानी असतील, यांनी कुठेतरी एकदा एका प्लॅटफॉर्मवर बसणं गरजेचं आहे. आणि प्लॅटफॉर्मवर का बसायचं तर मंत्र्याला काय द्यायचं आहे म्हणून प्लॅटफॉर्मवर नाही बसायचं, त्याची मंत्र्याला आवश्यकता देखील नाही. पण ज्या इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये ही सगळी मंडळी काम करत आहेत तुम्हाला एक आठवत असेल की कंपनीच्या समोर लॉ अँड ऑर्डर कधी होते. 2च गोष्टी आहेत, 2च वेळा होते. एकदा कंपनी सुरू झाल्यानंतर जर स्थानिक लोकांना तुम्ही रोजगार दिला नाही तर लॉ अँड ऑर्डर होते. आणि सुरुवातीला कंपनी यायच्या अगोदर जर जमिनीचे भाव शेतकऱ्यांना चांगले दिले नाहीत तर लॉ अँड ऑर्डर होते. या 2 विषयासाठी लॉ अँड ऑर्डर होतात. मग जमिनीचा भाव देण्याची जबाबदारी आमची आहे, पण स्थानिकांना रोजगार देण्याची जबाबदारी तुमची आहे. ही जर आपण दिली तर मला असं वाटतं की हे सगळे जे विषय आहेत हे संपून जातील. आणि एका वेगळ्या विषयामध्ये देखील आम्ही लक्ष घातलेलं आहे, ते म्हणजे इंडस्ट्रीला जो काही संघटनांमार्फत त्रास होतो तो आम्ही निपटून काढण्याचा निर्णय घेतलेला आहे. बरोबर ना. आणि ते म्हणजे कसं आहे की ज्यावेळी सरकार एखादं नवीन येतं त्यावेळी त्या सरकारच्या जवळचे आम्ही आहोत असं सांगून संघटना स्थापन केल्या जातात, तुमच्यावर बर्डन आणलं जातं आणि तुम्ही जर ते सगळं त्यांचं काय असेल त्या फॉर्मॅलिटी जर पूर्ण केल्या नाहीत तर त्या उद्योजकांना त्रास होतो. मला आपल्या सगळ्या व्यासपीठावरच्या मंडळींना एक नम्रतेची विनंती करायची आहे की सरकारनं याच्यामध्ये पुढाकार घेतला तर तुम्ही पुढाकार करा. अशा पद्धतीची मस्ती जर कोण करत असेल तर तुम्ही साधी तक्रार फक्त पोलिसामध्ये करा, बाकी काय करायचं ते आमचं आम्ही बघतो. परंतु ही प्रवृत्ती आपल्याला ठेचून काढायची आहे. ज्यावेळी आपण उद्योजकांना आरोपीच्या पिंजऱ्यामध्ये उभं करतो की तुम्ही स्थानिकांना रोजगार देत नाही, त्या इंडस्ट्रीच्या मागं उभं राहण्याची जबाबदारी देखील आमची आहे. जर कोणी स्थानिकांनी त्रास दिला तर त्याची चिंता तुम्ही करण्याची आवश्यकता नाही. आणि याचं उदाहरण मी सांगतो. IT कंपनी एक पुण्यामध्ये होती आणि त्या उद्योजकांचा मला फोन आला की अमुक एका माणसानं मला सांगितलं की या ठिकाणी माझेच कामगार लागले पाहिजेत. तर मला त्यांनी विचारलं, साहेब आता काय माझा मेल हा खांद्यावरनं नेणार आहे का? IT मध्ये काम करतो, माझं IT सेक्टरमध्ये आहे, माझं सगळं जे आहे ते ऑनलाईन आहे आणि अशा वेळी मी कसं काय करू शकतो, कशी काय मदत करू शकतो. तर मी त्यांना एक प्रश्न विचारला, तुम्ही मदत हा शब्द का वापरताय? जर तो चुकीचं करतोय तर त्याला मदत हा शब्द नाही तर तो हप्ता तुमच्याकडे मागतोय असं जर गावठी भाषेत म्हटलं आणि पोलीस स्टेशनला तुम्ही गेला तर बाकीचा सगळा कार्यक्रम मी करतो. त्यांना धाडस दाखवलं, तो पोलीस स्टेशनला गेला. 24 तासामध्ये जे दादागिरी करणार होते त्यांना उचललेले आम्ही जेलमध्ये टाकले. माझं म्हणणं आहे की सुरक्षित उद्योजक ठेवणं देखील आमची जबाबदारी आहे. त्यांना संरक्षण देणं, त्यांच्यावर असा अन्याय होणार नाही ही जबाबदारी देखील आमची आहे. परंतु सगळं सरकार करत असताना तुम्ही पुढाकार घेतला पाहिजे. आणि आज या कार्यशाळेच्या निमित्तानं मी आपल्याला शब्द देतो की महाराष्ट्रामध्ये अशा पद्धतीनं कुठच्या उद्योजकावर अन्याय करण्याचा प्रयत्न काही संघटना जर करत असतील तर ते आम्ही ठेचून काढू. त्याची चिंता अजिबात करण्याची कारण नाही आणि त्याच्यासाठी महाराष्ट्र पोलीस सक्षम आहे. फक्त तुम्ही त्याच्यामध्ये पुढाकार घ्यावा आणि पुढाकार घेऊन आम्हाला सांगावं की इथं चुकीचं होतं आहे. आपण जर बोललो नाही, आपण जर सहन केलं, कारण मी सुद्धा छोटासा उद्योजक आहे, म्हणजे मी राजकारण करून उद्योग केला नाही, मी उद्योग करून राजकारणामध्ये आलो. काही लोक राजकारण करून उद्योग करतात, तसा मी मंत्री नाही आहे. माझा पहिला उद्योग आहे आणि नंतर मी राजकारणामध्ये आलो. पण माझ्या बाबतीमध्ये देखील प्रसंग घडलेला आहे की माझ्या बाबतीमध्ये देखील माझं जेव्हा रिअल इस्टेटमधलं काम चालू होतं तिथं कुठेतरी मला माझ्या मॅनेजरनं फोन करून सांगितलं की आम्हाला आलं, मारलं, निघून गेले. आणि काय केलं तर दर महिन्याला आमचे कामगार असले किंवा नसले तरीसुद्धा एवढे पैसे दिले पाहिजेत अशी आमच्या मॅनेजरवर सक्ती केली. मी म्हटलं जरा तू थांब 2 दिवस अजून एकदा दोनदा देता येतो काय बघ, तिसऱ्यांदा आला तर आपण त्याचा बंदोबस्त करू. पण तिसऱ्या वेळा आल्यानंतर माझ्या मॅनेजरनं पोलीस स्टेशनमध्ये जाऊन तक्रार दाखल केली. त्याच्यानंतर माझा त्रासच गेला ना. त्याच्यामुळे या गोष्टीमध्ये आपल्याला त्रास होणार नाही याची दक्षता उद्योजकांनी देखील घेतली पाहिजे आणि त्याच्यासाठी आपण सगळ्यांनी मिळून पुढाकार घेतला पाहिजे. आणि म्हणून मला असं वाटतं की या चर्चासत्रामध्ये या देखील चर्चा झाल्या पाहिजेत की उद्योजक पुढं जात असताना त्याला येणाऱ्या ज्या अडीअडचणी आहेत त्याला सरकार काय मदत करणार आहे, त्याला सरकार कशा पद्धतीनं पाठीशी घालणार आहे किंवा त्या उद्योजकाच्या मागे सरकार कसं उभं राहणार आहे याच्यावर देखील चंद्रकांतजी या कार्यशाळेमध्ये चर्चा व्हावी अशी माझी आपल्याला विनंती आहे. आज अतिशय चांगल्या कार्यक्रमाला उपस्थित राहण्याची संधी आपण सगळ्यांनी मिळून मला दिली त्याबद्दल मी मनापासून आपल्याला धन्यवाद देतो. आणि मी कुठचंही राजकीय कारण सांगून जात नाही, कारण अधिवेशन चालू आहे आणि नगरविकास खात्याचा प्रभारी मंत्री देखील मीच आहे. त्याच्यामुळे नगरविकास खातं, उद्योग विभाग आणि मराठी भाषा या 3 विभागाची उत्तरं मला विधानसभेमध्ये द्यावी लागतात आणि त्याचं ब्रीफिंग असल्यामुळं मला या कार्यक्रमातून लवकर निघून जावं लागतं आहे. त्याबद्दल आपल्या सगळ्यांची मी दिलगिरी व्यक्त करतो. परंतु असे कार्यक्रम आपण आता जिल्ह्याच्या स्तरावर देखील घ्यावेत, जेणेकरून जिल्ह्याचा जो उद्योजक आहे तो तुमच्याशी, आमचे प्रवीण परदेशी साहेब देखील इथे आलेले आहेत, तर आमचा जिल्ह्याचा उद्योजक देखील तुमच्या बरोबर येईल आणि जिल्ह्याच्या उद्योजकाला देखील असं जाणवेल की सरकार तर आपल्यासोबत आहे, परंतु आपल्याला चांगल्या पद्धतीनं पुढे नेणारं मार्गदर्शन करणारी एक संघटना देखील आपल्यासोबत आहे, अशा पद्धतीची भावना त्यांच्यामध्ये निर्माण होईल. आणि म्हणून पुन्हा एकदा आता परदेशी साहेब इथे आले त्याच्यामुळे आता मला जास्त वेळ भाषण करण्याची काही आवश्यकताच नाही, बाकी सगळं आता परदेशी साहेब बघून घेतील. त्याच्यामुळे परदेशी साहेबांसारखा देखील अधिकारी या शासनामध्ये असताना देखील आणि आता देखील अनेक उद्योजक त्यांनी महाराष्ट्रामध्ये आणण्याचा प्रयत्न केला, याचा साक्षीदार मी आहे. म्हणजे साळुंखे साहेब तुम्ही चांगल्या मंडळींना कार्यक्रमाला बोलवले, ते म्हणजे असे अधिकारी की ही इंडस्ट्री येते त्याला उद्योगमंत्र्यानं पाठिंबा दिला पाहिजे, त्यांना उद्योगमंत्र्यांना जागा दिली पाहिजे, त्यांचा इन्सेंटिव्ह चांगल्या पद्धतीने दिला पाहिजे, अशी भावना घेऊन काम करणारे देखील परदेशी साहेबांसारखी लोक महाराष्ट्रामध्ये आहेत. खरोखरच याचं समाधान आमच्यासारख्या कार्यकर्त्यांना आहे. आणि म्हणून पुन्हा एकदा चंद्रकांतजी, विधानसभेतलं कामकाज असल्यामुळं हा कार्यक्रम मला अर्धवट सोडून जावा लागतो आहे, त्याबद्दल आपल्या सगळ्यांची दिलगिरी व्यक्त करतो. या कार्यक्रमाचं उद्घाटन झालं असं जाहीर करतो आणि मी उद्योग विभागात सहित तुमच्यासोबत आहे एवढ्याच शब्द देतो आणि माझं मनोगत संपवतो. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र.
All right, so now I would like to invite on the dais Mr. Praveen Pardesi, sir. Everyone, please put your hands together for Mr. Praveen Pardesi. And I would also like to request Mr. Sarunkhe to give a bouquet to our honorable dignitary, Mr. Praveen Pardesi, sir. It's my privilege now to invite Shri Praveen Pardesi, Chief Executive Officer, Maharashtra Institute for Transformation, MITRA, a think tank initiated by Government of Maharashtra to share his views on the transformation of industries, SMEs, and startups for industrial and economic growth of the state. Sir, the mic is all yours.
First, let me thank the Maharashtra Industries and SME Summit and your SME organization, Chamber of India, for holding this very important conference. So, Chandrakantji, this SMEs are the heart of India's industrial development. A long time ago, when we were students, we were prescribed a book called Small is Beautiful. And today morning I was recalling that it's written by F.M. Schumacher. And what Schumacher says is that man is small and therefore we should not go into gigantism because that creates environmental and other unsustainable problems. And of course, he says small industry not only is environmentally more sustainable, it is creates a better social community and also creates more jobs. But this is still a bit of poetry. Let us look at the numbers. Next. In terms of India's own plans to become Viksit Bharat, SMEs play a very important role, both in the Prime Minister's vision and the vision for, for the vision for. So if India has to reach 5 trillion USD, then ease of living means ease of doing business And SMEs are going to be at the forefront of Industry 4.0 and digitization and startups, and also in terms of self-reliance. Because if you see some of the biggest industries which we say proudly are manufacturing in India, whether it is Mercedes or Volkswagen or some of the other products, most of the component parts are imported. And it's only SMEs developing an ecosystem of SMEs which can ensure that more than 70 to 80% of those large products are fully Atmanirbhar. Otherwise, we are basically importing SKD, semi-knockdown components, and pulling it together. We worked, in my last job, I worked closely with the Ministry of SME to build capacity for that ministry and their officials to work closely with SMEs to solve real pain points. And I wanted to talk about those couple of issues. But before that, I just want to say what would be those issues. One, of course, is how do you increase access to finance? That's the first point. Because while banks are full of flush with funds, on the other hand, SMEs find it very hard to access them for many reasons: collateral, a large history of defaults, not by that specific one, but by the cluster of SMEs, which puts all SMEs in one common category. And of course, access to technology is always something which large industries, because of their own research, have better. And then the human capital, again, in terms of salary scales, goes a lot to the large industries. So under these types of very restricting and constraints, how can SMEs perform this huge role which we think they will do, which is to make India Atmanirbhar and take us to the Viksit Bharat? So this is where the numbers come in, which are quite surprising. So in India, SMEs create 62% of the jobs. It's not large industry, it's not the Volkswagen and the Mercedes, which invest 10,000 crores and above, but it is the small SMEs which create quality jobs. 62% is a huge number. And though they are only contributing 36% to the manufacturing GDP, they contribute 50% of our exports. So really, SMEs are in a way the core and heart of India's aspirations to become a manufacturing country. By the way, there isn't any, the way I put it so far, as a conflicting or a contradictory situation between large industry and SME. So there isn't that contradiction per se. When I had gone to Germany, Volkswagen had organized a small workshop for us. And you know what the workshop was about? They called all their SME vendors. And they said that Volkswagen in India only able to export and provide quality vehicles which match those produced in Germany because of this chain of SMEs. And they mentored those SMEs, right from providing them training to looking at their management to going deep in their manufacturing processes to ensure that their processes in the SME match their requirements, not just the product. So they handhold them. So this is sort of a collaborative approach which is there in Germany, and of course German industry brings it here. Tatas also do that a lot for their own SMEs. But if this becomes an industry-wide phenomena, then we have a really integrated chain which integrates the SMEs which are part of a critical supply chain for the large industry. Now, what is Government of India doing for this? Government of India and the state government are doing a lot, but actually I'll not speak too much. Maybe in the next couple of slides, I'd like to talk after this about what you think are the still pain points. You know, if you look at, if you do a Google search or if you go into the Ministry of Small and Medium Industries, then the number of schemes that the government has, we should really feel that there are no problems which SMEs face in India. Right from, I put this first, the most teething problem when we were studying about SMEs is that you manufacture something, you give it to the large industry, but you don't get payments in time, which throws your credit cycle out of gear, and then you become a non-performing asset, even though you have receivables. So Government of India has made not only an act to ensure that receivables are paid, but they have also created financial instruments like the bill discounting, where both the large industry and the small industry can be on it, and even if there is some small gap in the payment, through the bill discounting, you can get the amount straight away, so that your manufacturing process can continue. Then there are credit guarantee schemes, loans to startup entrepreneurs, regeneration for traditional industries, common facility centers. So all of these schemes are there. Government of Maharashtra also gives thing. I wanted to look at one issue which we have tried to work very hard in Maharashtra when I was working with the Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis ji. So, you know, most people look at industry from the government point of view for creating value, for GDP growth. But the real outlook in terms of industry is for employment. I'm talking from the political point of view, from the people's point of view. Rest of the things can wait, but poverty reduction across the world has happened not through self-employment. It has happened through salaried wage employment, whether it is UK, Japan, or any other countries. When people from agriculture moved into industry and got organized sector jobs, and women got those jobs also, people moved out of harsh poverty. Somehow that is not happening in India despite our growth. So this is a shortage of skilled labor, so I will not go so much into it, but this is the main reason for it, that the current employment elasticity for manufacturing growth in India is only 0.1, which means a 10% growth in manufacturing leads to only 1% growth in employment. While that in Bangladesh, they have increased, they were like us, but they have increased it to 0.5, and you can see the last 10 years steep reduction in poverty, harsh poverty in Bangladesh. Vietnam and China have always had very high employment. Right now it's going down, but Vietnam and China both have high. That is at least half. So if industry grows by 10%, employment will grow by 5%, which is good. In India, we have jobless growth. Manufacturing is growing very fast, but doesn't mean manufacturing jobs are growing fast. So one way which we can work on this is looking at some of the regulatory problems which block jobs. So the biggest regulatory problem which stops jobs is creating a job in India is far more cumbersome than in setting up an industry. You can set up an industry, but if you employ people, then you have, at one count, Manish Sabarwal told me it's 26,000 pro formas you have to give behind one job. I think that's very much exaggerated. But I know for at least these 4 acts which I have just put out, from inspections to the boiler inspector to the Factory Act, which will prescribe you exact location of where a spittoon should be so that the labor can, do that. Or Industrial Disputes Act, which says that you cannot fire. In India, you cannot, even a private industry cannot fire a worker without prior permission of the government. So, under the Industrial Disputes Act. One big rule across the world is ease of hiring. Job द्यायला सोपा केव्हा होतो? When can you hire? When you have ease of firing. If you can't fire somebody, you don't give anybody any jobs. Period. And India has moved into this regime since Indira Gandhi changed, in a good intention to try to save jobs. She passed just around the emergency time a law which says even in private industry, you can't fire anybody. You have to take our permission, and Labour Commissioner hardly ever gives permission. Industries are shut down, closed, they have become bankrupt, but nobody has been able to fire any of the workers and clear their things for years together. So all these acts we are changing now. Government of India has also changed them, and the most important changes that we have done on this, I think that's it. The most important change that we did is that does it go back? All of these acts we have reformed, And now we found that about 30% of the new employment that happened in Maharashtra was in the SME sector. So, it's okay. So basically, I feel that more than financial incentives, it is positive policy changes, like the regulation concerning boiler inspectors, factory inspectors, PPF, and decriminalizing them, and Apprenticeship Act and decriminalizing that. All of these reforms are going to play a bigger role to push SME growth. So I'll end out at this point, and basically, you know, my real question to most SME people who run these industries is that you know much more than me the different schemes that Government of India and State Government of Maharashtra run to promote SMEs, both from credit, subsidy, power subsidy. So despite all of that, what are still the pain points in this policy which doesn't enable the full potential of SMEs to be used? So that's something I would really like to hear if there is a time to get some feedback from all of you on this issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri Pravinji. Very interesting presentation. You know, I would like to suggest few things because Mitra is a Mitra of industries. You know, transforming particularly industry purpose or a growth purpose, that is the most important. But you know, there are plenty of issues and hurdles faced by industry, particularly for manufacturing industry in Maharashtra. What Mitra's role, still we have not understand. That's why I invited you, because I am working with the industry, and I know you, during your tenure as a government officer, we have pursued many things, and my mentor was Arun Mongirwarji. And during the Honorable Chief Minister Manoj Joshi ji, first my organization did, you know what, transformation of all the licenses and permission of the SME industries. There were 78 licenses required for setting up industry. Reduce, then it is now around 18 or 19 numbers of licenses. Then Mr. Ranganathan he was a chief secretary. I had requested him to start at least, you know, one window system. During, you know, while having the meeting with all the government officers, he said, entrepreneurs bringing NOCs from all places and putting in a one window, it's called one window. I don't want that. So, Mr. Pardeshi, what I suggest you, along with this intention of this particular the Mitras, how the local industry can survive, compete, and, you know, grow more what we expect and what you expect, our government of Maharashtra expect. The point is, level playing field must be created for enhancement of business growth. Those FDIs coming in Maharashtra, how much it is beneficial to the local industry. You are aware that Skoda company started in Aurangabad, and he approached us, you know, for the land. I took him to the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister that time, Gopinath Munde ji, and I said, Gopinath Munde ji ne straight away बोला, अगर आप हमारे local industry को business देते हो तो मैं आपको सस्ते में जगह देता हूँ. So when you are offering the, you know, the cheap rate land to the all industries, insist them or create a clause for that. Condition, all local industries should be allowed to supply chain. Local people should be allowed to work in that company. And most importantly, industrialization in that region, you know, the government should focus more. Suppose one large industry is setting up in Aurangabad, so government should allow at least 50% rate, less rate, the MIDC land for setting up a SME sector in that region. So I look forward to have an interaction with you and more suggestions, because Honorable Minister said about, you know, he had given guarantee and confidence among us that if you have any problem, but I didn't took much time for you know, speaking, but there is an act, Mathadi Act, which is impacting to the all industries, even hotel also. Yesterday, while, you know, delivering our trucks for this event, the Gunda came and he was asking money. So our Rathod Sahab, retired IPS officer, he called senior inspector, how come this is happening here? Instantly police force came and the person ran away. So this ransom money, हफ्तागिरी है ना, बंद होनी चाहिए महाराष्ट्र के. तो हमारे इंडस्ट्री बंद हो अच्छी चलेगी, तो ये जानना जरूरी है. सो नाउ आई रिक्वेस्ट श्री राजेश मोलादा जी टू कम अहेड. आई वांट टू felicitate you. Yeah, please come.
Thanks for putting up those issues. Those were what. So basically, Maharashtra Institute for Transformation is looking at policy changes. Some of the policy changes I mentioned to you. One way in which all of us keep asking for things is that. Yeah, let's finish this. I just take a minute. So a lot of the policy changes and other inputs that industries ask is basically in terms of financial incentives. Suppose you acquire land at 5 rupees a square foot and say, okay, give it at 2.5 rupees. Somebody is paying for that 2.5 rupees, the general taxpayer. So these types of policies are only taking from somebody's pocket and giving it to somebody else. So Mitra is not focusing on them. Mitra is focusing on some things which are win-win. So for industry, we are looking at firstly regulatory cholesterol, that is policies which cause a burden on industry without creating any fiscal benefit on one side, and on the other hand, removing them doesn't cause any fiscal loss. So for example, in the Factory Act, the change that we did was instead of 10 workers, in Maharashtra, we have increased the application of Factory Act to 20 workers. So more than some 3,000 SMEs went out of the clutches of the factory inspector. So they don't have to file any of the returns or take a prior license from Factory Act. So that was the first thing. Second thing what we did was we made the Shop and Establishment Act not a mandatory license. Up to 10 workers, you don't need to get any license from shop. And plus, the third change we got about was women can work in 24-hour shifts. Previously in Maharashtra and in most states still, women can only work in the morning shifts, which is a very big burden both for the women and otherwise. So that also we have made 24 hours and also allow 24-hour working for shops. Now we are looking at the Mathadi Act. The change has also happened. The amendment is any industry which looks after the loading and unloading through mechanized methods, the Mathadi Act will not apply to it. So there is a lot of resistance to that. The amendment has already been made, but it is there now in the assembly stage, and it is being dealt with by a small committee. So hopefully we should be able to get this part amended. So basically Mitra is looking at the industrial sector not so much as what SOPs to give, because that creates a budgetary implication, but by looking at regulatory restrictions. For example, one more change that Mitra brought about with the help of Revenue Department is for all food processing industry, which is rice mill, dal mill, no NA permission is required. Now, it's only in Maharashtra, in any agricultural land, you can set up a dal mill, rice mill, oil mill, up to 5 hectares without taking prior NA permission. So these are the sort of regulatory changes, because you see, setting up an industry is the time when it's like the new part of, you're just getting into a partnership with government. The government is very kind at that time because it shows. But once you are inside, then the real impact of the government starts. With the visiting of the inspectors. I'm so glad that Mr. Rathod did this intervention on the police. CM has also given instructions. I mean, there are regulations and there are no regulations. There is no regulation which says that in Konkan, if you set up an industry, you have to buy the earth, sand, and stone from the local fellow. There is no law which says all the scrap for POSCO has to be bought by the local people. But this is what they impose. So CM has given strong instructions to the police that people who do these types of enforcement, and we need to also resist and not comply with these types of burdens, as you rightly did. So these are the areas that we are focusing on, including energy transition, because the energy is the very big problem, and the cost of energy in India is sometimes 30 to 40% higher than China for small scale industry. So we are looking at open access, solar, and hydrogen and Perscovite, these new innovative ways which can ensure that green energy is available much more cheaply than the grid energy. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradesi sir. I will give you around 100 points, 100 point agenda for how we can transform Maharashtra. I will take your time and rather, I suggest invite the secretaries related to industry department. Even I have pursued this, setting up police Udyojak Samanvay Samiti under the each commissioner of police and district SP, which will be, taken care by the issues, problems, and interaction. That police will get more inputs, and police is, rather eye and ear of the government. They can play very important. Thank you very much. I request Bhadresh Pathakji to give a presentation. Thank you.
Presentation. Yeah. Thank you. Good morning, esteemed guests. It's a pleasure and an honor to, address this August session, and a lot of valuable insights shared by Minister Shri Udayji and Pardeshi Saab. So, taking a cue from what Minister said, that we need to create an ecosystem around large industries to make India competitive, and that ecosystem necessarily has to be set up by SMEs. Right, and Pardeshi Sahab told about practicalities which come in the way of setting up industries. He highlighted some changes which may require in the legislation and things like that. And of course, everybody is seized and possessed of this, but being a democratic country, we have our limitations and it takes a lot of time. We are not China, right? So just to give you an example, why Larsen and Toubro, we are a large company, why we thought of MSMEs and why we thought of establishing a platform here to create efficiencies, the way we deal with the industrial problems, to create an efficient, globally competitive supply chain in India, which we can replicate across the world so that our MSMEs become competitive digitally. So whatever labor you need to employ, but most of the problems today can be solved by way of digitization so that it creates a huge efficiency, and I will deal with that topic. So L&T, Larsen and Toubro needs no introduction. We are there for more than 90 years in the country now. Nami Amara Angrez jaisa hai, because our founder members were from outside the country and they became Indian citizens eventually. But it's a pure Desi MNC. It's an Indian MNC present in more than 50 countries. Pardeshi Sahab knows about it. Revenue, market capitalization, ये सब तो available है. You can go to the website and check and check the stock market data. It's a huge conglomerate of engineering, and this is a pure play engineering conglomerate, which is like no other company in the subcontinent, I would say. So we are there in construction, we are there in manufacturing, we are there in defense, we are there in electronics, we are there in space, lot of things. So I will not, dwell on that, because these are all the things where we are present. Very, very quickly, fabrication ho, power transmission ho, manufacturing ho, we design plants, we install plants. Even the biggest names in the industry, like, the biggest refinery in Jamnagar that is there, we set up that, this kind of industries. We have set up the dairy industry in the country. We set up the first plant of Amul, actually, way back, before independence. So these are the things, boiler industries, sugar industry. So L&T input goes everywhere, and it is present in all walks of life. When we wake up in the morning till we sleep, L&T touches you in multiple ways. So whether you travel to office, the road, the coastal road, or the airport, which you land, so many ways L&T touches upon you. And this we have established a legacy for about more than, 85 years now. So now coming to the root, why we are there in this particular B2B supply chain ecosystem through a platform called L&T SUFIN. SUFIN stands for Supply Chain and Finance. So it has twin objectives. One is to create efficiencies in the supply chain. And second, which all of the speakers told, was finance. Solving the financing issue, which is the heart of all the problems in the country today. So I'll just dwell upon that. So there is once, in a supply chain, if you integrate all the members of the supply chain through digitization, then there is one common communication which flows across various components. So whether it is buyer and seller are the two main ingredients of a supply chain. वो नहीं होते हैं तो supply chain बनता नहीं है. But there is a whole ecosystem that supports them, and if all of them are on the same page, on the same platform, it creates tremendous dealing efficiencies. And that I will demonstrate how it happens. And that's the reason why we are into this. Our motive is to help you in creating those efficiencies so that you become more and more productive, you earn more revenue per employee. So if we analyze what are the pain points that a buyer faces, first of all, the seller ecosystem with which a buyer deals. So if there is a manufacturer and he has to deal with some, say, 5, 10, 15 buyers, sellers, right, which he has been introduced by his father, by his grandfather, and there is a, relation, family relation with these suppliers. He doesn't move out of this. Now, that is not the way that the businesses handle it in a competitive manner. Today, we have a problem. We have to deal with China's of the world, right? China से competition करने के लिए मेरे पिताजी ने या दादाजी ने जो supplier introduce किया है उसी को मैं अगर stick करता रहूं, and I keep on saying that I won't discover any competitive price because I have relationship with them. That doesn't work in today's world. So how do I find more and more sellers for what I have to buy, and I make them, quote to me on and see that they are on the toes always to give me a competitive price. So that is one thing. So that is taken care of by the platform. Who will give them the lowest price? So there is a competitive environment which is set up by the platform. So depending on the order, depending on the buyer, depending on the size of the buyer and the trust and the reliability of the buyer, the seller will give a quote which is competitive. And how do I trust the seller? So there are many sellers who would require advance payment, right? आज SMEs को सबसे pain point क्या बड़ा सबसे बड़ा pain point ये है, you have to give payment in advance, right? If you have to say purchase steel, nobody will give you credit. You have to pay in advance. And आपको जो large companies को जो supply करते हो, fabrication करते हो, supply करते हो, that company will pay you after 90 days, or I mean if you are good, I mean, and if you have a good luck, right? Otherwise it will still delay beyond that. So ये working capital का gap आ जाता है इधर. So this is what the platform, helps you with, that they would help you in discovering trustworthy suppliers, जिसको advance payment देने पे पैसा डूबेगा नहीं, time पे आ जाएगा. Whatever you expect, they will supply on time. How do I trust a seller with the payment? I don't have immediate funds and need credit to buy. Now, this is the main thing, right? After all, this is the main thing, that if I want funds to buy. See, I have received an order, right? But my turnover is, say, 5 crores, 10 crores, and if I receive an order of, say, 50 crores, right? How can I do it? I will have to borrow. My bank will not give me drawing power, even though I have working capital. The banks don't typically, so there is a system of regulating the funding in this country. Everybody talks of encouraging the banks to give more loans to startups, to give more loans to MSMEs, but there is a practical framework, regulatory framework, which is set up by Reserve Bank of India, right? उसके चलते आप यूं ही पैसा नहीं दे सकते हो, क्योंकि कोई स्टार्टअप खड़ा है सामने तो आपने पैसा दे दिया, वैसा होता नहीं है. There is a regulatory way in which you evaluate a proposal, right? तो वो कैसे pain point दूर होगा? When you are aspiring to receive more and more larger order and you don't have funds. So ये भी platform आपके लिए solve करता है ये चीजें, and we leverage the banking fraternity for this. We leverage the NBFCs for this, and we have evolved a method of doing it, which I will explain. And my seller doesn't provide logistics. Logistics भी आजकल बड़ा pain point है. It becomes a bottleneck when you have to deal with long distance customers. So that also is provided by the platform. Similarly, on the seller side, it is just like vice versa, right? The same things would happen on the seller side. So what I would dwell upon is, rather than going through the seller points, which are just the inverse of what the pain points are experienced by the buyer. So out of all these things, what I would probably come and conclude here is that सबसे बड़ा पेन पॉइंट ये होता है कि when I am an SME and in India they say that okay 11 crore लोगों को employment दे रहे हैं SMEs, 50% of the exports happens through SMEs, 35% of the manufacturing output comes through SMEs, ये सब बोलते हैं, but what is it that the SMEs suffer and why they are not able to become medium also? Most of the 95% of the MSMEs today are micro. इंडिया में, ये इंडिया की हकीकत है कि माइक्रो से मीडियम बनने के लिए उनके पास रिसोर्सेज नहीं है. दे आर जस्ट रिस्ट्रिक्टेड टू दी साइज विच दे आर हैविंग. 10% 15% ग्रोथ कर लिया काफ़ी है, उसके बियॉन्ड नहीं हो पा रहा है. एंड वाई इट इज सो, ये पेन पॉइंट अगर एड्रेस करेंगे हम, देन ओनली वी कैन बिकम ग्लोबली कॉम्पिटिटिव लाइक चाइना. चाइना को you need to follow very closely where they are. Today in terms of digitization, when we talk of MSME platforms, उनके जो प्लेटफॉर्म से जो थ्रूपुट हो रहा है, जो बिजनेस हो रहा है, that is 500 times more than India. 500 times. अब कितना डिस्टेंस कवर करना है, ये मतलब खाली खाली थ्रेड करने से नहीं होगा, राइट? Similarly, when you talk of even US is 150 times more than that of the size of India's digital economy when it comes to e-commerce. तो ये जब तक नहीं सॉल्व करते हैं तब तक हम कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे. वी कैनॉट इवन ड्रीम ऑफ बिकमिंग अ ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी. तो ये सब पेन पॉइंट्स हमें देख के सॉल्व करने पड़ेंगे, एंड दैट्स व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू सॉल्व हियर. नंबर 1, हम लोग प्रोडक्ट और प्राइस दोनों डिस्कवर करवाते हैं प्लेटफॉर्म के थ्रू. तो जितने भी लोग आपके, सो व्हेन यू हैव टू डिस्कवर अ पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट एंड अ प्राइस, पहले तो आपको फ़ोन करने पड़ेंगे सप्लायर्स को, या व्हाट्सएप भेजने पड़ेंगे कि भाई मुझे कोट कर, कितने में दिया. ऑल दिस थिंग्स यू हैव टू डू ऑन अ डेली बेसिस. व्हाट इफ with a just click of the mouse you are able to generate 200 RFQs, requests for quotations, which you send to relevant suppliers whom you may know, whom you may not know, right? और वो सप्लायर के लैपटॉप पे या मोबाइल पे दिखता है कि ओके दिस इज अ बायर, ही वांट्स अ कोट, राइट? वेरी ट्रांसपेरेंटली you will quote, and that's how. अब quote तो कर लिया, now you are afraid if I sell anything to this buyer on credit whether my money will come or not. मैंने goods तो बेच दिया, and that is the biggest fear. That's why micro ही रहता है, medium होता ही नहीं है. ये fear है. The one is not, who is not able to manage the risk of the business properly, right, will be nobody in some time. In India ऐसा है कि आपने एक बार बैंक में डिफॉल्ट कर दिया, एक बार डिफॉल्टर का टैग लग गया, फिर खत्म आपका करियर एज अ बिजनेस पर्सन, राइट? सो दिस इज वेरी वेरी एसेंशियल टू डील विद दोज कंपनीज, दोज काउंटर पार्टीज हु आर ट्रस्टवर्दी. तो हम लोग ये करके देते हैं आपको कि यू डील विद दिस बायर, ही इज अ ट्रस्टवर्दी बायर, एंड दैट वी डू आवर ड्यू डिलीजेंस. दैट द प्लेटफॉर्म इज इन बिटवीन. सो प्लेटफॉर्म हैंड होल्ड्स यू, ये करते हैं. So how it does, I will tell you. Platform provides logistics, platform provides financing. This is the, जो buyer है आप जानते भी नहीं हो लेकिन advance payment करता है तो आपको कोई issue नहीं है. How the buyer will make advance payment? On your recommended buyer, say you recommend 50 buyers to the platform, out of which I find 5 are only credit worthy, बाकी 45 से deal मत करो. ये 5 को मैं finance देता हूँ and I see that the payment is made to you in advance. Now, if that happens, your turnover will increase automatically, and the due diligence which you have to undertake on your own is also reduced. So, this is exactly, you give it to an expert through an outsourced model, pay him something, but a service which is rendered to you is extraordinary. And that is what that creates an efficiency, right? So, then we manage the transaction, we manage the reconciliation. कौन से इनवॉइस के सामने कौन सा पेमेंट आया है, कौन से ऑर्डर आईडी के सामने आया, ये सब ऑटोमेटेड वे में आपको मिलता है. सो दैट इज हेल्पिंग योर अकाउंट्स. सो दिस इज वेयर एन इकोसिस्टम इज क्रिएटेड ऑन द प्लेटफॉर्म इटसेल्फ दैट मैनेजेस योर बिजनेस डिजिटली, एंड इट हेल्प्स यू इन मल्टीप्लाइंग द बिजनेस विदाउट मेकिंग एनी इन्वेस्टमेंट into it other than being a buyer or a seller on the platform. we have a pan India presence, so we take care of your interest. Even आपको नॉर्थ ईस्ट में बेचना है कुछ, we are there, right? Projects चल रहे हैं सब जगह, L&T का तो सब जगह projects चल रहे हैं. But if you want to supply anything to north east, Assam, right, Himachal Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, wherever you name, we are there. We will say that okay, go ahead, don't go ahead, and so on and so forth. We provide you funding for that. We provide those buyers also funding for that. And our people are there everywhere to take care of it. We deal with about 6.5 lakh, 7 lakh SKUs today, which are industrial products. We are not into food, we are not into chemicals, we are not into pharma, we are not into textiles. These are all primarily the products with which L&T deals with. So that is our limitation. Our understanding of these products is only there so far. We don't understand chemicals as much, although we manufacture reactors, right? And we also manufacture a lot of chemical plants as such, but it is by way of engineering, design, and fabrication. So these are the top 10 categories with which we deal. You can have a look at it. They're all industrial products and consumables for which you can come to the platform, buy or sell. So again, this is just summarizing what I said. The key value propositions that we bring to the table is request for quotations, which happens for the buyers in a digital way, so that you don't have to call as many suppliers and discover them yourself. The platform is there to discover. The platform's program or algorithm takes care of it. Second is the working capital solution, which is the root, the basic thing, which solves most of the problems is, see, when you go to a bank, right, and you ask for working capital, they will not give working capital for the next 15 days, 30 days or 60 days. They will say, you give me 5 years ka CMA data mere ko do, then I will assess, then I will ask for collateral security, I will ask for your history, right, and so many things, and it is a procedure which takes several, I would say, if they say that, okay, turnaround time has reduced, abhi bhi ek mahina to kahin nahi gaya wo sab karne mein, ek mahine se 2 mahina kahin nahi gaya, right, and if you are lucky, you will get it, right, and with the collateral that you can offer, यहाँ पर unsecured working capital वही banks दे रहे हैं, वही banks, वही NBFCs हमको दे रहे हैं. Why? Because we are dealing with the problem in the short term. हम लोग next 15 days तक, 60 days तक, 90 days तक ही health assess करके बैंक को दे देते हैं. Bank is confident on that. And there are ways of doing it. आज digital India है. There is a whole digital India stack. उसका एडवांटेज अगर लेना है, जो मोदी जी ने किया है, जो ये गवर्नमेंट ने किया है, सब डेटा, एवरीथिंग इज अवेलेबल ऑन अ प्लेटर. सिर्फ मुझे आपका पैन नंबर चाहिए, आपके पैन नंबर से मैं आपकी कुंडली निकाल सकता हूं, किसी की भी निकाल सकता हूं. ठीक है, तो ये करने के लिए मैं कर सकता हूं, राइट? बैंक्स भी कर सकते हैं, बट बैंक्स आर अंडर रेगुलेशन. वो आरबीआई मैंडेटेड वे में ही करना पड़ता है, उनको एमपीबीएफ एसेस करना पड़ता है. ड्राइंग पावर के कैलकुलेशन में कुछ ले सकते हैं, कुछ नहीं ले सकते हैं. 90 दिन के ऊपर रिसीवेबल चला गया तो डीपी से हट जाता है, राइट? एंड ऑल योर टिपिकली लार्ज कॉर्पोरेट्स दे टेक अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम इन मेकिंग द पेमेंट, सो डीपी से हट जाता है वो. अब क्या करोगे? और कोलेट्रल भी चाहिए. देयर इज अ स्कीम, सो देयर आर हंड्रेड्स ऑफ स्कीम्स विद द गवर्नमेंट वुड अनाउंस. सीजीटीएमएससी ले लो, कोलेट्रल फ्री लोन ले लो, कौन देता है? How is it happening? Because it is, I am not criticizing banks, they are also very responsible, but the problem is that for every decision, if there is an accountability which is enforced on them and they have their personal careers at stake, कौन इतना मतलब रिस्क लेके सबको बेनिफिट करने के लिए लोन बांटता फिरेगा, right? So the problem is when they deal with us, it is reduced. So what happens is a due diligence which they need to do is automatically done on the platform through digital means. We give a score, we declare an entity as trusted or not trusted. If it is not trusted, it doesn't flow to the bank at all. And based on this, half of the problem of the bank gets solved. And when it comes to the next 60 days or 90 days of bill discounting, they are very keen to disburse. And the disbursal happens in the nodal account. बायर को डिलीवरी मिलती है, उसके बाद पेमेंट सेलर को जाती है. सो ये लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट जैसा एक ट्रस्ट मैकेनिज्म बन गया है इसको, राइट? सो दिस इज व्हाट वी डू. We do a lot of distributor funding, we give trust sales, and we also take care of logistics. So this is in a nutshell what we do with the platform. Thank you. We are just waiting for the Governor Sahab, I think. Yeah.
All right, so everyone, please put your hands together for our Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri C.P. Radhakrishnan. Everyone, please put your hands together. Namaste, sir. All right, so now we shall proceed for the national anthem. We shall now proceed for the Maharashtra State Geet.
अस्मानाच्या सुलतानीला जबाब देती जिभा सह्याद्रीचा सिंह गर्जतो शिवशंभू राजा
दरी दरीतून नाद गुंजला महाराष्ट्र माझा जय महाराष्ट्र माझा गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा
काळ्या छातीवरी कोरली अभिमानाची लेणी
ओलादी मनगटे खेळती खेळ जीव घेणी
दारिद्र्याच्या उन्हात शिजला निधळाच्या घामाने भिजला देश गौरवासाठी झिजला दिल्लीचेही दत्तराणी महाराष्ट्र माझा जय महाराष्ट्र माझा गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा जय महाराष्ट्र माझा
Jai Maharashtra. Once again, a very warm welcome, sir, and to all the dignitaries present. Thank you so much. And namaste, salam, sat sri akal aap sabhi ko. And I would request everyone to please keep your phones on silent. And also, while the governor is here, I would request you all to please do not record or take any kind of photos. Thank you. On behalf of Shri Chandrakant Salunkhe, founder and president, Maharashtra Industry Development Association and SME Chamber of India, I extend a very warm welcome to Honorable Governor at the Maharashtra Industries and SME Summit with the theme Sustainable Industrial Growth of the State Towards Vikasit Bharat, which is organized on the occasion of Silver Jubilee of Maharashtra Industry Development Association and 32nd Foundation Day of SME Chamber of India. SME Chamber of India is India's leading organization, and Maharashtra Industry Development Association is a state premier association. Both organizations have been supporting manufacturing industries and SME sector for the last 32 years and 25 years respectively for the enhancement of business growth, export promotion, exploring emerging business opportunities from local to global markets, identifying partners for joint ventures, technology transfers, contract manufacturing, marketing, distribution, franchising, channelizing finance and investment, international collaborations, as well as business advisory services to transform businesses for sustainable growth, focusing on quality, productivity, and global competitiveness to enter into global supply chain markets. Under the dynamic leadership of Shri Chandrakant Sarunke, both the organizations are putting efforts for industrialization in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities and always on the forefront for advocating to secure the interests of entrepreneurs and enterprises and is actively involved in policy framework change and its timely and speedy implementation for the benefit of enterprises. Respected Honorable Governor, today we are celebrating the Silver Jubilee of Maharashtra Industry Development Association and 32nd Foundation Day of SME Chamber of India. So with all due respect, I would request Honorable Governor of Maharashtra and all the dignitaries to please step forward for lighting of the lamp. I would request Shri Chandrakant Sarunke, Dr. G.M. Varke, Shri Mohan Rathod, Shri Badresh Pathak, and Shri Sudesh Vaidya to join the Governor of Maharashtra for the lighting of the lamp.
ज्योति दीपज्योति परं ज्योति दीपज्योति जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापम् दीपज्योति नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं करोतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदः.
And with all due respect, I request Shri Chandrakant Sarunke to welcome the Honorable Governor of Maharashtra by presenting the bouquet and memento on behalf of the organizations. Everyone, please put your hands together for this. Thank you. Thank you. Now, once again, please put your hands together. Thank you, sir, and thank you everyone present. Now I would request Shri Chandrakant Sarunke to felicitate Dr. G.M. Varke, Chairman and Managing Director of HI Media Laboratories Limited. Everyone, please put your hands together for sir. Thank you. I would request sir to felicitate Shri Mohan Rathod, IPS and Chief Advisor, Maharashtra Industry Development Association. Thank you, sir. I would also request Shri Mahesh Sarunke, Director, SME Chamber of India, to felicitate Shri Badresh Pathak, Chief Executive of L&T Sofin, Larsen and Toubro Limited, for a traditional inauguration of the conference. Would request you to now felicitate Shri Prashant Narnaware, Principal Secretary to Honorable Governor. Thank you. And we would request you to please felicitate Shri Sudesh Vaidya, Vice President, Maharashtra Industry Development Association. Everyone, please put your hands together. Let's capture this moment. Once again, would like to thank all the dignitaries present here, and special thanks to the Governor of Maharashtra for taking his precious time here, and thanks to all the audience present. Thank you. Now, I would like to invite the dynamic founder and president of Maharashtra Industry Development Association and SME Chamber of India, none other than Shri Chandrakant Salunkhe, to deliver speech and share his experience and efforts pertaining to SME and manufacturing sector. The mic is all yours, sir. Thank you.
Respected Sri Governor Sahab, Sri Dr. Warke, Sri Mohan Rathod ji, Prashant ji, Badresh ji, and Sudesh, and dignitaries from the industry, award winners, friends, startups, and friends from media. Maharashtra Industry Development Association and SME Chamber of India organize Maharashtra Industries SME Summit, and also on the occasion of 25th year of Maharashtra Industry Development Association and 32nd of SME Chamber of India. It's my immense pleasure to welcome Honorable Governor at this very, very important program. So let's give a big hand again. Sir, your blessings for this program, and especially small and medium entrepreneurs, is most important. All of you must be not aware that Honorable Governor, when he was heading the choir board, and that time he understand the pain and gain of micro and tiny entrepreneurs. So it's good opportunity for us to present some ideas, some issues and some suggestions. And I'm very much glad that reading your speech on the day of the assembly session, and you emphasize on industrial growth of Maharashtra. It is very interesting because your government, he said Maharashtra government, my government, our government. So our government is putting efforts for the industrialization in various parts of Maharashtra. And that purpose they are initiating the various industrial parks, industrial zones for expansion of industries. And sir, today's theme, sustainable industrial growth for the state, for entrepreneurs, for enterprise, and of course nation. We are all agents, we can say, a representative, we can say, Honorable Prime Minister, that whatever theme, whatever the task, whatever the dream project he is initiating, this all sitting entrepreneurs are completing that wish and that accomplishment. When we marching towards Viksit Bharat, what is the problem of the SME sector? What is the benefits of the SME sector? And how the SME sector can be empowered for better business growth. That is the most important. Sir, today we have heard from the Honorable Minister of Industry, and he has assured that government is with you. Government will take care of the issues and problems instantly. And he assured all the entrepreneurs to give us suggestions. And that suggestion will be definitely useful for the policy change framework, policy implementation, and most important, speedy implementation. Creating policy is not important, but how much that policy and schemes utilized by our entrepreneurs, that is the most important. And I request you, sir, if we can plan under your chairmanship that each department, because I am heading this Maharashtra Industry Development Association, and I am looking for more growth of the state, more growth and more sustainable growth of the state. Why not each sector, each ministry should give the presentation on what is their growth plan, what is their sustainable plan, and how they can put efforts for particularly supporting the industry. And you can invite the stakeholders like us, then we will give you the inputs. Like I don't know whether Western Maharashtra, प्रशांत जी आपल्या जगा पश्चिम महाराष्ट्र आणि 4-5 वैधानिक मंडळ आहेत ना, त्यामार्फत आपण काही ॲक्टिव्हिटी करतो. Similarly, how we can give more inputs, because going from the governor office, government has to implement that and look into that seriously. That is my interest. Sir, I will not take much time, but we are felicitating all the entrepreneurs, those who have done remarkable work, outstanding contribution, and most importantly, they have put efforts, putting your own money, putting your own capital. They put efforts for the generation of the manpower, educating the manpower and generating the new entrepreneurship. Sir, we are today launching at your hands national SME manufacturing mission. Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable the Finance Minister have announced national manufacturing mission during this budget. And I have taken initiative that setting up national SME manufacturing mission, which will focus on, how we can empower MSME sector, how we can channelize the, schemes and the incentives or policies for the SME sector, and how we can take up our entrepreneurs at global level with a global competitor. That is one issue. Sir, we are also launching the digital TV, SME digital TV, which is, focusing more on particularly the growth story, the debates, the interaction with the entrepreneurs, inviting the ministers, inviting the government officials to give them, suggestions, interact with them. And simultaneously, it will go on a official line. We are waiting for some official permission of the government, but now digital platform we are. And sir, another point, we are felicitating all the entrepreneurs particularly, and we are releasing the activity report, what we have done last 1 year, and what is beneficial to SME sector. That is one most important. And very, very interesting point, sir. Mr. Mohan Rathod is here. He is retired IPS officer, and he is always, forefront for supporting the entrepreneurs and industries. Now we have started SME Legal Council. What happened, a lot of entrepreneur doesn't have many issues and doesn't have knowledge about particular the rules, regulation, and the strategic plan of the government. There they face problem. We are there to support them. So I am integrating all the top advocates, top legal firms together to provide the legal services to the entrepreneur to save the time, not to waste money, and not having the litigation more. So a banker will be involved, government department will be involved, and most importantly, regulatory authorities. So that our entrepreneurs will play important role in the level playing field. So these are my initiative today, and I'm thankful to all of you for participating. Special thanks to Honorable Governor Sahab for a blessing for this very important program. Friends, let us take advantage of this program, advantage of all the entrepreneurs sitting here. Do networking, connect with each other, and enhance your business. Then only we can march toward Viksit Bharat. Let's take a big hand for this very important program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It is a proud moment to launch various initiatives taken by both the organizations under the dynamic leadership of Shri Chandrakant Salunkhe. I request Honorable Governor to launch the initiatives of the Chamber for the benefit of SMEs and manufacturing sectors. National SME Manufacturing Mission is an initiative of SME Chamber of India, and it will focus on excellence in manufacturing, enhancement and industrialization in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, identification of advanced technology of quality, productivity and global competitiveness, upgradation of manufacturing units for establishing joint ventures, technology transfers, contract manufacturing, and accomplish the dream project of Honorable Prime Minister, making India as a world factory as a part of National Manufacturing Mission. Today, we are also launching SME Legal Council, a platform initiated by the Chamber to provide legal and business advisory services to SME entrepreneurs to resolve their issues and grievances related to legal matters, to reduce litigations, avoid loss of time and money, education and knowledge sharing, to follow the rules and regulations set by the various governments and regulatory authorities. This council will also provide a platform for resolving disputes by extending arbitration services. I request Honorable Governor to take privilege to honor this initiative by launching. All right, so respected Governor, it's a pride to present you SME TV digital platform, which will highlight the various policies, schemes, benefits, advantages of government departments, success stories of SMEs, branding of innovation, invention, products and services, research, debates, roundtable meeting, mentoring sessions, interaction with business tycoons and startups, highlighting the stories of entrepreneurs and manufacturing sectors. So while we are witnessing this solemn moment, I request everyone to please put your hands together to celebrate the new initiatives that has been launched by our honorable government and in the presence of all the important dignitaries. Thank you. Let's capture this moment. And finally, I request Honorable Governor to release the annual activity report of SME Chamber of India for the year 2024. Once again, would like to let you all know that I would like to request Honorable Governor to release the annual activity report of SME Chamber of India for the year 2024. Everyone, please join your hands together to celebrate this moment. With this, we have released the annual activity report of SME Chamber of India for the year 2024. Let's capture this moment. With this, we have launched various initiatives and also released the annual activity report of SME Chamber of India for the year 2024. Thank you. Honorable Prime Minister is putting his best efforts to make India a manufacturing hub and march towards Viksit Bharat and achieve $5 trillion economy. In these unique initiatives, every Indian entrepreneur is putting efforts for nation building and contributes for employment generation, industrial growth, new entrepreneurship, exports and economic growth. SME Chamber of India is projecting and branding the success stories, remarkable achievements, and outstanding contribution of the successful entrepreneurs, enterprises, institutions, corporates, and individuals by presenting India SME Excellence Awards from the last 23 years. Shri Sarunkhe has already mentioned that when the entrepreneur is applying for these awards, they feel that they have worked hard to achieve success and their hard work and efforts has been recognized. And the hardcore feeling still exists. I have yet to achieve so much. I request the Honorable Governor to felicitate the award winners for their remarkable achievements and outstanding contributions with attractive and unique design trophy. First, we will be presenting the 23rd edition of India SME Excellence Awards. And I think with this, we are officially starting the awards ceremony. The award, India SME Excellence Award, goes to Jai Jagdamba Limited, situated at Navi Mumbai, for Promising Corporate of the Year Award in Manufacturing Sector, Steel Industries. I invite Shri Ram Prakash Narayan Prasad Malpani, Managing Director of Jai Jagdamba Limited, to receive the award. Mr. Jai Jagdamba Limited, the owner of Mr. Jai Jagdamba Limited, is India's one of the largest long product manufacturer, powered by advanced know-how and technical expertise. I would like to now invite Shri Vikram Oza, the Director of Jindal Worldwide Limited, to come on the dais to receive the award on behalf of Dr. Yamuna Dutt Agrawal. This is the most promising corporate of the year award for supporting and empowering SMEs for better business growth. I would request Ms. Winnie Narayan, Head of SME Banking, for Financial Institution of the Year Award in the banking category. Everyone, please put your hands together for Ms. Winnie. I would now like to invite Mr. Deepak Nambyar, the Group Vice President of Corporate Communication, on behalf of Shri Yatin Gupte, Chairman of Ward Wizard. And this is for the Best SME of the Year award in the medium category and manufacturing sector in electric vehicles. Thank you. Now I would like to invite Shri Varadrajan Jyoti, Managing Director of Reglo, to receive the award. This is for the Emerging Startup of the Year award in medium category, manufacturing and service sector, green energy. Now I would like to request Shri Sonir Shah, Managing Director, and Mr. Dhairya Shah, Jeevan Chemicals, to receive the award. This is for the Most Emerging Global SME of the Year award, medium category, manufacturing sector, chemical products. I request Shri Nikhil Vardia and Shri Gautam Modi, the directors of Globestar Logistics LLP, to receive the award. This is for the Best SME of the Year award, medium category, logistics and warehousing sector. I would now like to invite Shri Amit R. Dumir, Managing Director, Unifab Engineering, to receive the award for the Most Inspiring SME of the Year award, medium category, manufacturing sector, engineering. I would now like to invite Shri Nihar Pathare, MD, CEO and CIO, to receive the award for 63 SATS Cyber Security Force. This is for the Best Cutting Edge AI Security Excellence Awards in the Emerging Enterprise category, innovative use of AI in cybersecurity. Let's capture this moment. I request Mr. Sachin Verma, the CFO, to receive the award on behalf of Dr. Sangeeta Chabra, co-founder and executive director of Ace Cloud. This is for the Best SME of the Year award, medium category, service sector, information technology. I would now like to invite on the stage Shri Sandeep Jaidev Gupta, the managing director of Indcoil Transformers Private Limited, to receive the award for the Best SME of the Year, medium category, manufacturing sector, electrical equipment. Next, I would like to invite Dr. G.M. Gupta, the chairman of Global Engineers, to receive the award for the Most Inspiring SME of the Year award, manufacturing sector, engineering. Now I would like to invite on the stage Dr. Suparna and Shri Abhay Mahajan, directors from ACE, to receive the award for Emerging SME of the Year award, small category, service sector, professional services. I would request Shri Sibi Joseph, the managing director, SJ Infosystem, to receive the award for the Most Emerging SME of the Year award, micro category, service sector, information technology. Now I would like to invite on the stage Shri Ashutosh Khaganate, Managing Director of Mangal Analytics to receive the award for the Most Emerging SME of the Year award micro category service sector for professional services. Now I would like to invite Srimati Suvarna and Shri Pramod Hatkar to receive the award for HTKR Private Limited Emerging SME of the Year Award micro category manufacturing sector, energy and power. I would like to invite Shri Vardhan TR, Chairman of Mascot Systems Private Limited, to receive the Token of Appreciation Award for his active involvement in SME empowerment for business growth. Thank you. Now we will felicitate the entrepreneurs and institutions by presenting the Pride of Maharashtra Awards. And the award goes to none other than, once again, Jai Jagdamba Limited. I would once again like to invite Shri Ram Prakash Narayan Prasad Malpani, the Managing Director of Jai Jagdamba Limited, to receive the award. This is for the Most Promising Corporate of the Year Award, Manufacturing Sector Steel. Now, I would like to invite Shri Prashant Nagare, Managing Director of Fermenta Biotech. This is for the Best Innovation of the Year Award, Manufacturing Sector, Vitardi Green. Next, I would like to invite on the stage Dr. Vaishali Kulkarni to receive the award for MET Mumbai Educational Trust, Bhujpal Knowledge City, Mumbai. And this award is for the Best Educational Group. Thank you. Now I would like to invite on the stage Shri Alok Sharma, Managing Director, Polestar, to receive the award for the Best Mid-Corporate of the Year Award. Next, I would like to invite on the stage Dr. Vijay Dabolkar, Principal, Jai Hind College, to receive the award for the Best Education Institution of the Year Award. Everyone, please put your hands together. Let's capture this moment. Next, I would like to invite on the stage Shri Swarup Bose, former and CEO, Celsius Logistics, to receive the award for Celsius Logistics Solution Private Limited. And this award is for the Best SME of the Year Award, small category, logistics sector. All right, so we have one more award to be given. Okay. And the award goes to Shri Prashant Vani and Shrimati Prerna Vani. This is for Virsys Auto, and the award is for the Best SME of the Year Award, small category, manufacturing sector, automobile. All right, so everyone, please put a huge round of applause for all the award winners. Thank you. To all the dignitaries, you can be seated. As it is said, तालीम नहीं दी जाती परिंदों को उड़ानों की, वो खुद ही समझ जाते हैं ऊंचाई आसमानों की. Once again, would like to congratulate to all the award winners present here. Thank you. Dear friends, it's our immense pride and pleasure to invite Honorable Governor for his address. Thank you.
I touch and salute the holy feet of Bharat Mata, the most powerful and the most merciful. We must be always powerful, that doesn't mean that you should not be courteous. We should be always merciful also. आज यदे उपस्थित सर्वाना मासा नमस्कार. Srikanth ji, founder and president Maharashtra Industries Development Association, my colleague from Raj Bhavan, Dr. Prashant ji, principal secretary to the governor, Dr. G.M. Varki, chairman and managing director, HI Media Laboratories Limited, Sri Mohan Rathod, IPS, our chief advisor, Maharashtra Industries Development Association, Sriman Patresh Patak ji, Chief Executive Officer, L&T, and Sri Suresh Vidya ji, Vice President, Maharashtra Industries Development, and the entrepreneurs. And I am very glad that a large number of women entrepreneurs also came. My special wishes to all of you. Bhai Behno sabko mera namaskar. At the outset, I congratulate the Maharashtra Industrial Development Association, MIDA, on its 25th Foundation Day Silver Jubilee, and to the SME Chamber of India on its 32nd Foundation Day. Today we have given a lot of awards. The idea of giving awards is only one thing, that every achievement has to be appreciated. Every good efforts from any corner of the society should be appreciated. It may be from education field, it may be from the social work, it may be keeping the city clean, it may be manufacturing, it may be service sector, any sector anywhere, that has to be appreciated. Viksit Bharat cannot come just like that. Viksit Bharat is possible only when all of us contribute to it, then it is coming. In the past, after the Second World War, the world was divided into two and we were living in the other side. Now the whole world, except Cuba, I think, all are for free enterprising and free economy, except Cuba. You may be asking, what about China and Vietnam? Yes, there are communist government, but there is no communism. So we missed it. That is the reason. How we missed it, that is different. I am not going into that. But we missed it, we have to understand it. That is the reason why we couldn't become a South Korea. We missed it, that's why we couldn't become a Japan. We missed it, that's why we couldn't become a Germany. Those after the World War, those who are having the free economy, they have grown. What we were thinking at the time, MSME means we should not encourage giant sectors. MSE means we should curtail the big entrepreneurs. This way we cannot grow, because no developed economy in the world has not grown in that way. So we were of the past, you should not enter into the MSME, and MSME, automatically MSME cannot enter into the bigger business. If L&T is there, L&T should be there. The L&T and the small MSME are not fighting with each other, but they are complementing each other. That we have to understand it. So we got only MSME sector. There is no big sectors. There is no big companies. Then how we can grow? If L&T is having a lot of orders, whether L&T itself can complete everything by themselves? You need suppliers always. You take the Japanese economy, MSME is contributing the maximum. MSME is contributing the maximum through the big companies. That is the success story of Japanese economy. That will be the story of German also. So when I was the Kaya board chairman, I have done one in my thing that I took it to the then MSME ministry. That time our Kaltaj Misraji and Girirajji were the ministers for that. I told them, now we have opened up the economy. That means more bigger companies are getting inside. The more bigger companies are getting inside means then the MSME have to compete and survive. But if you are saying your meaning of MSME is 1 crore, 2 crore, that MSME will never grow. Even one single machine is costing 2 crores. Then how they will be able to produce their products in the most sophisticated machine? If that is not being manufactured out of the most sophisticated machine, the quality will not be there. If the quality is not there, then they will not be in the business, they will be out of the business. That's why the limit for our MSME has been increased to a greater extent. See, the time is changing, the system is changing, and accordingly the decision also to be changed at a rapid speed. This is what I put it on that day, that the definition of MSME is totally changed today. So micro industry will be there. Micro industry is also required. Micro industry will be complementing the SME, SME will be complementing the MSME, and MSME will be complementing the bigger units. That is how we have to grow together. That is how an economy can grow. When the overall economy grows, the wealth of the country grows. When the wealth of the country grows, then the purchasing capacity of every individual go up. When the purchasing capacity of every individual go up, the demand goes up, though industry will survive. You get restrictions on the production, then there will be a stagnancy. It will not grow beyond a limit. That has been the order of the today, and our Modi ji is repeatedly telling, you might have seen all his statement yesterday come out in the papers, that India is becoming the industry of the globe. What we missed, the world situation today is giving another chance. We have to utilize it. When China opened it up, we didn't. Who was the beneficiary? The Chinese. See, if you want to catch a flight, we must be in time. So now another opportunity is knocking the door of India, that we have to encash and we have to utilize this. I am not against any country, but every country has taken the right decision at right time, they have come up. Now it is the turn for our country and we should utilize this. More and more companies should come. More and more economic activities should be stimulated. So many years, our Vadhavan airport was in cold storage. You take it from me, after the Navi Mumbai airport getting opened up, after the Vadhavan deep sea port come into existence, it start its operations, the entire Maharashtra economy will be taking a huge forward step. See, because of the Bangalore airport, Karnataka's economy gets stimulated. Once it is getting stimulated in and around Bangalore, then it will not stop with that. It will slowly spread to the neighboring district. And after the neighboring districts, it will go into the interior places also. So I am sure that 1 trillion economy for our state, the dream of ours today, of course the dream will come true, then we will be having another dream. That is how we have to move. But the 1 trillion economy for the state, whether it is achievable or not, I have no doubt after seeing all of you that it will be achieved at the shortest time in the future. So our concept also have to change. Sometimes you have to join with your competitor also to win a big business. That much broad-mindedness should come to us. And this broad-mindedness cannot be one way, it should be two-way. Whoever is joining together, both of them should have. Yes, we are joining only for this particular purpose. We will share the profit as soon as this project is over. We will join again next time. See, we should not think it is beyond our reach, so we should not touch that business or that project. We must ready to, that is where this get together is for what? To understand each other, how good are they, how efficient are they. If we join with them, whether we both can grow together, that should be also our attitude in the business for faster growth and speedy growth. We have to take some risk. I am not saying without taking risk there will be no growth. India is also, as a country, we are taking the risk. So like that, we have to think broadly to go up. So previously our thoughts were, if anything manufactured by microsector should not be manufactured by SME manufacturing something, then the big entrepreneurs should not enter there. Now that concept is almost gone. So by protecting an economy, that economy will become stagnant. By opening up, it is growing and growing and it is further getting stimulated. We all know when the computer was introduced, almost every economist of this country was telling only one thing, that computer is for Europe, computer is for America. Why it is? Because the population is very less and the job opportunity is more. In India, we are having a lot of population. That computerization will not help. Today we have given one award to the banking sector. If there is no computer, do you think that the banking sector can work today? If one ledger has been stolen by one fellow, then what will happen to that branch? If any fire accident took place in that branch, what will happen? So, the change is the only constant factor, and what is important is that we have to adapt to the changing situation. That's why I told you, you can join with your colleague for achieving something that may be one single project assignment or many more. we should not hesitate and we should not be little bit conservative. So the dialogue is a must, and we have to keep your physical fitness also intact. Unless it is necessary, you should not take road travel in the late nights. This you should adopt it. You are an MSME. You are not an L&T. That L&T anybody can take over. There are hierarchies. In our MSME or SME, we are the personal manager, we are the financial manager, we are the production manager, we are everything. If something has happened to us, then our sons will be in the school, our sons will be in the college, our wife will maybe housewife. Then who will take care? So you have to give more importance to your physical fitness also. Growth is important, but growth is not that important at the cost of your physical health and fitness. Mostly we are postponing it and we are doing it in the late night. That is our problem. If we can do it in time, mostly we can allocate time to everything. Nobody is having more than 24 hours. So how we utilize that 24 hours in the most planned way, that is our success. And I am very glad that our Maharashtra Industries and SME Summit today is an eye-opener in one sense, that the enthusiasm goes up. The enthusiasm goes up. Acting power goes up double. When your acting power goes up, our development goes up. With these words, I pray to God that you all must be very successful in all your new endowments, and all your new endeavor will make you more big and more happy. Thank you so much, and I appreciate the association for encouraging. Of course, we are working for us, no doubt about it. But what is behind it? To a level, you can eat a chapati, 5 chapati in the morning. You are earning more and more. Can you take 10 chapati in the morning? Then you earn more and more. That 5 chapati will become 3 chapati. You cannot eat 7 chapati. But the contribution to the society by way of income tax, by way of GST, we are contributing to the society. That's why I always tell, living for yourself is never a sin. If you take care of your family, it's never a sin. At least you are relieving the government for that one family. No ladki begin is required for that family. What I am trying to say is very simple. You must live for yourself, you must take care of your family, but living for only for ourselves is a sin. While living for us, we should take care of others also. That is what is real contribution to the society. Otherwise, somebody has to take some contribution to you. I think that is not necessary. You should take care of yourself and you should take care of somebody else also. With these words, I wish you once again all the best. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, Governor Sahab, with very, very interesting and very mentoring session from you, particularly since you are aware about the pain and gain of the MSME sector.
Because I lived all my years till 1998 with MSME only.
Yes, and I'm that happy that you are aware about it, and then we can take up this advantages in future also. Sir, we are celebrating today 32nd Foundation Day of the SME Chamber, And we are celebrating all year in all cities and all the major cities. And next event will be happening in Coimbatore in 20th March, and I think your hometown. So we are doing that activity, and also the Maharashtra Industry Development Association is organizing various districts program in a 1 year, and to take information from the local industry, particularly the what problem they face, what kind of the government has initiated one product, one district, where we can value add there, and how the labor or employment generation can be happen in a different way, because usual practice we are doing, but how we can give more value addition in that for empowerment, because all the the rural people is not traveling to Mumbai now, and this is not affordable to stay in Mumbai. And major focus is our rural entrepreneurs. How we can provide the support to rural entrepreneurs and the startups, they can utilize the various. When the Honorable Prime Minister took a charge as the Prime Minister in 2014, I met Amitabh Kanji, and I said, if you want to do two things, you suggest Prime Minister. One is the empowerment of MSME sector and give a recognition to the startups. And my force to the Amitabh Khan, the Startup India came out. So, so many, particularly the policy making, even Atal Bihari Vajpayee Sahab attended my one program 2002 in Mumbai, Delhi. And I requested him that, that time we call it the SSI. And I said, छोटों को छोटा मत रखो, थोड़ा बड़ा कीजिए. So he said, आप कहना क्या चाहते हो? I said, when we stand in front of a foreign country, any MSME or any SME, we are a tiny micro, even not even capable to compete with them. So we want to change the definition there. From that day onwards, it took 4 years to do. But after the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he has understand. We met 2019, and I suggested two things. One, improve the the limit of MSME sector, and also put efforts for the giving the collateral fee loan to MSME sector. And our successful request from the Honorable Prime Minister and Finance Minister, 10 crore the collateral fee loan is now allocated to the MSME sector. That's a big and 20 crore to the startups. So this is a very opportunity for entrepreneurs, and for that SME Chamber of India and Maharashtra Industry Development Association will be helpful to you for obtaining or acquiring any information, particularly from the government. With this word, I'm thankful to Governor Sahab, thankful to all the dignitaries, dais, and special congratulations to all the award winners. Whatever you have done now, you must feel that while filing our form, whatever you have done, that is done for yourself. Now we have to march towards Viksit Bharat. With this word, thank you very much.
Requesting everyone to please stand up for the national anthem. Before we proceed for a group picture, I would like to invite Mr. Santosh Kumar Singh, Chief Sustainability Officer, Larsen and Toubro. The topic would be ESG and L&T's initiatives for the benefit of the SME sector. Sir, I invite you on the dais. Thank you.
A very good afternoon to all of you. And first of all, thanks to the organizers of this event for having me here. Sustainability guy speaking to SMEs is not what happens every day. Generally, it's a terminology and it's a concept which large players or the large industries or conglomerates talk about. But it's a positive development that I see, that we are realizing that sustainability is not only for the large corporates or for those who are into the game of raising sustainability linked bonds or green bonds, but it is something which is a business imperative and we all need to work towards it. So I'll be very brief when I talk about ESG and sustainability, but I'll put more focus on what is a large company can do for SMEs in driving their sustainability initiatives or making them more responsible as a business, and also look forward to catering to different industries who are into this journey, and how this journey together can happen. So just give you a small background. Although it's a very new word, sustainability as a word is, which has become a buzzword in the last 20 years or so, and ESG maybe in the last 5-6 years or so. But I personally feel it was always there. If you look at companies, even small companies, medium companies, or the large companies, who have survived for the last so many years, so many decades, what is that they were doing right, which has made them survive, which has made them grow? If we start introspecting that, what is that they were doing right? Because almost 90% of the companies who are registered as business do not survive beyond 8 to 10 years of time. It's only 10% who survive beyond 10 years. So those who have survived were doing it right in terms of their decisions were based on merit. They were taking care of the environment, the surrounding community, and always had that social license to operate, and also were very ethical in their decision making and in their conduct. Sustainability is perhaps about this. It has worked for the last 80 years, 90 years, 100 years for them. It should work beyond 2024, 2025 also. So, under environment, the parameters have been changing. Earlier it was more about pollution, now it's more about climate change. Now we're talking more about resources, circular economy. But the whole idea is how do we reduce our impact on the environment, reduce our dependence on the environment in terms of resources, so that the future generations also can enjoy these resources. When I talk about the social part or the S, it's more about taking care of your employees, your family, your community, your stakeholders, your suppliers, your customers, the government, and then how do you interact with the society and what kind of impact you create on the society. And although the G comes last in ESG, but I believe it should start with addressing the G first. If you have correct governance in practice, right kind of structure, then maybe you can have those governance practices or system and processes for environment and social also. So that's the background, and why it is important for SMEs, or why it is becoming more and more important for SMEs. So it's been happening in the last 7 to 8 years of time, where the investor community and the stakeholders have started putting a lot of pressure on large corporates, on the companies, to be more and more transparent in disclosing their environmental and social performance or ESG performance. And we all know how these corporates work. Most of the activities are outsourced to say, or outside their gate or their boundary, where it is mostly an automobile manufacturer typically only assembles it. Most of it is manufactured outside their boundary. Similarly, a company like L&T, we take EPC contracts, and then most of the things are outsourced in terms of material supply, manpower supply, services, and then the entire thing is integrated and delivered. So being transparent means what is, as a corporate or a company, we are doing, especially in the supply chain part, because that is where the maximum impacts are there. Impact on the society, impact on the environment. And when these companies are becoming more and more responsible and transparent in terms of their environmental and social performance, it has to go to the suppliers, to the supply chain. I'll give you an example. There are many corporates who are entering the sector of data centers, large data centers, where most of the, or the largest customers are the Microsoft of the world, the Google of the world, the Amazon of the world. And these companies, they do not hire your shelf space for putting their servers unless until you power your data center through 100% renewable energy. So that's the kind of pressure they are putting on their supply chain. And similarly, it will go on to next level, third level. So all the SMEs who are getting into this journey or starting on improving their performance will definitely have a larger customer base, a more responsible customer base. And so that's perhaps, you can begin wherever you are. What at L&T we are doing is, like, we have a very large, like I said, that we do not deliver unless until we have partners and we have suppliers. So L&T has almost 1,54,000 active supplier base. And we have mapped, because there is a regulatory requirement on reporting quarter on quarter, that what is that we owe to the MSMEs beyond 45 days. So we have a very robust mechanism of tracking it. The SME count, as per the last week's record, was about 22,500. So, and SMEs, they contribute almost 8% to our procurement spend. So, and what we do is we have identified all the critical suppliers out of this basket, and then we carry out an assessment on the ESG performance of these suppliers. So till date, we have done about 600 odd assessment, but it doesn't end at the assessment. We rank them in terms of leadership category, that's a green category, then yellow and amber category, and all the suppliers, all the SMEs which fall under the yellow and amber category, we have specific training modules for them, we have hand-holding sessions for them, even we visit their premises on helping them identify the area where they can improve. We start with low-hanging fruits, that you do this first, and then in the second step you can take another target and the initiative. And the idea is that we should not ask anybody to start boiling the ocean. You do small things first. Identify where you are, get into the assessment, what is that or the environment you do, what is your energy consumption, how can you reduce, how can you change from fossil fuel-based energy to non-fossil fuel-based energy, what is your water consumption, you start measuring, how do you reduce it, what's the material that you use, can you use recycled material, can you reduce your scrap, so these are small things, and what is the waste you generate, can you reduce. So these are the small things we start with our supply chain partner, and then get into how do you ensure you don't have any child labor, no forced labor, and then ethical work practices, so that at the same time they improve on their ESG performance, we also reduce our risks related to supply chain. So that's the whole thing we are looking at. And you can start from wherever you are. You just need to have assessment, and then have a target in mind. What is that I want to do in the next 3 years' time, 5 years' time, and then start working on it. So thank you, thanks a lot, and thanks to the organizers for having me here. Thank you.